to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 63. This is the week of July 20th. So yeah, we're back after a week-long break. Yeah, I'm your co-host Alca7raz, and with me again is Nemesis.
Finally not hosting.
Finally not hosting. It's 4 weeks that you did it in a row. So yeah, got a sort of big episode today, I hope. Mostly. We've got news. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you take a week break.
Plus not having news the week before.
Plus skipping news because we were busy with other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got
a lot
of news.
Some of it's probably old, but...
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, well, deal with it.
Yeah. We're also going to be talking about something that just recently came out.
What could it be?
Yes. So stay tuned for that. We will not have fan content, though.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, we've got a lot of news, so let's get to that. If you would like to follow along with us during these news, which you probably should, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Starting off with convention news, GalaCon will be happening in less than 2 weeks. So, in that vein, they've recently released an online vendor map, venue map, and an event schedule, for which there's also an Android and iOS app, so you can carry it around with you.
Gasp.
So that'll help you plan and find your way around. They're also reminding people that want to be part of the costume contest that you still need to pre-register. So, make sure you do that if you want to do that. They've also announced some community guests that will be attending. Acoustic Brony will be returning this year and will be joined by Eiley Monty and Sketchy Sounds for their gala evening ball. Apparently that went over well last year. So, Jan Animations will be returning this year.
Makes sense.
With ShadyVox this time. So then they're going to be doing a panel. So, and Laser Pone 3 will be there doing what he does best with all his
Lasers.
Laser shows.
Caution. Lasers.
Yes. Speaking of GalaCon guests, and on a less happy note...
Done goofed.
Yeah. Chucky BB, a supposed DHX animator who was supposed to be a panelist at GalaCon, turned out to be a fraud. Not cool, dude.
Oops.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he won't be a panelist.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. So what happened was GalaCon just kind of... He didn't really do their fact checking. It's just one of those brief
They did some,
moments
but not
of
quite enough.
Lapse of judgment, basically. Yeah. It was just, but there was already enough kind of suggesting that something was up, because if you looked at his DeviantArt, there was a lot of stolen artwork and, well, straight up porn. So yeah, it's just, so it's like one of those that right there kind of suggests he's not working at DHX, and they try to cover it. Oh, I'm a freelancer, and then
DHX actually went to GalaCon. Went, yeah, this guy's not with us.
He's never been with us.
So yeah, he's out.
Yeah, and then he recently tried to issue an apology.
Yeah, I saw that.
He issued an apology, but a lot of people still don't really.
No, once you pull something like that, it just doesn't.
On top of all the other stuff he's tried to pull, so
yeah.
It's passing off other artwork as his own. It's just at this point, it's like,
yeah,
stuck out several times, dude. It's kind of time to just stop.
Just stop. And as a final reminder for GalaCon, ticket sales will be ending July 27th. So
it's in a week.
That's coming up quick. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, get on it. In Canada convention news, Nicole Oliver will be attending this year's Brony Can, and Brent Hodge, director for A Brony Tale, will also be attending to talk about his new documentary. Yes. TrotCon has announced their theme for next year. It's magic.
Woohoo!
Magic.
Magic is good.
Yes. Continuing over to the East Coast to BronyCon, Super Smash Ponies will be there this year as a playable alpha build, so check that out if you're attending. Also, the makers of the Children of the Night video were hired to animate a teaser trailer for a custom Toy Making 101 panel, and they've recently dropped a teaser for a teaser of one of the characters that will be in it. Looks interesting, so... The Brony Thank You Fund has a table at BronyCon and is looking for volunteers to help staff it with stuff and help set up with teardown and things. So drop a line if you're interested. And the Jetpacks exclusive cover for Friends Forever number 7 and comic issue number 21 will be available to attendees of BronyCon.
Yeah, first.
So, yes.
That's where they'll first release.
So if you're there, you got a chance to pick them up.
They're not necessarily exclusive. They're not exclusive per se. You can pick them up afterwards, but that's where they'll first be available.
Yep. Jumping back to the other side of the pond, Buck, the UK convention, that acronym doesn't line up to their name, has stated that they currently do not have plans for returning next year, stating financial reasons.
Yeah,
Apparently
it's really expensive.
It's really expensive, and they just can't do it. So they're not doing it.
They kind of said they might be able to do something smaller if they make enough money this year, but don't count on it.
Yeah. Nightmare Nights Dallas has announced that Amy Keating Rogers will be a guest of honor this year. They've also announced a few community guests as well. Among these are Sherry Burlon of White Dove Creations fame, will be there with their plushies, and will apparently be giving one of hers away at a panel of hers. Dusty Cat, aka the manliest Brony, and Full Papers will also be there.
Full Papers.
Yay, Full Papers.
Flame Full Papers.
Also, Tabitha St. Germain and Andrea Libman will be attending Fan Expo Canada.
Not a pony convention.
Not a pony convention, but of course, because it's them, there will be ponies involved.
Yes.
And last of convention news, a bunch of San Diego Comic-Con related stuff has come out. First off, the Equestria Girls and Pony versions of the Maniac figure that will be at the convention we mentioned last week, their packaging has shown up.
Not last week.
Not last week, but last time we did news.
61.
Yeah. Their packaging has shown up, so if you're wondering what they look like in their boxes,
yes,
there you go.
So you can, if you're going to Comic-Con, you can figure out how to pack it in your suitcase, if you want to be able to pack it in your suitcase or just get it shipped to your house, because I know that Hasbro apparently does this. You can just say, especially for bigger items, I want to just get this shipped to my house.
Yep.
Really nice, especially for stuff like if you say last year with Metroplex.
Yeah, I don't think you could put that in your bag. Funko has revealed an SDCC exclusive black version of their Spitfire and DJ Pwn 3 vinyl figures, like their mini ones, but full size. And they're apparently SDCC exclusive, so no clue if they're going to put their extras up or not.
Yeah, they're not Hasbro, so it probably won't show up on the Hasbro Toy Shot.
Yeah. Shout Factory has a few things there as well, including an EQG photo booth, think the trailer that we saw recently, and an exclusive poster. Their DVD, Keys of Friendship, will also be releasing around that same time on the 27th. There will also be 7 booths around the SDCC floor, with an exclusive MLP poster from their 40-poster collective book, which is also for sale, that you can pick up as you're walking around. Good luck finding them. I think they're going to sell it pretty quick. SDCC will also be host to a few panels, including one from Hasbro specifically about ponies and the new Rainbow Rocks movie, and a couple from IDW about the comics, with one of them being directed towards kids. Speaking of IDW and SDCC, IDW has announced their SDCC exclusive cover variant for MLP Comics issue number 21 with Maniac. It will be available for $10 at the convention, but there's only 500 copies to go around. So if you want it, get it quick.
It's gonna be quick to go out.
Yeah. And that's all for the convention news. In fandom news, the Brony documentary team, John Delancey and his, is releasing weekly segments from the upcoming unreleased tapes. The first one is out, and it's an interview with John Josecco. So if you're interested in those, check it out.
No idea how good they are, just because, it's the Bronies documentary.
The Brony documentary didn't have that great of reception. In a little bit darker fandom news, the Journey of the Spark project has received a C&D.
This is apparently the third one.
Apparently it's the third one that they've got.
So this time, though, apparently, their Tumblr site where they post a lot of news has gone down. A bunch of stuff is just gone. So
I'm thinking that one's pretty well done at this point.
Yep. So fun.
Yes.
Yeah, because, if you've been a long time listener, remember way back, episode 25, we actually kind of posted an interview with the director, as a separate episode just because it was so long.
Yeah.
So, fun.
On to merchandise news. GM Barrow's latest book, Applejack and the Honest to Goodness Switcheroo, is available. So go pick it up.
Yeah, physical or digital.
Yep.
Amazon, Kindle, or Barnes & Noble's Nook.
Yes. Yeah. Also, The Daring Do, Rarity, and full-size Discord Funko vinyl figures are available for pre-order on Hot Topic's website. Apparently they're exclusive to Hot Topic. Go figure.
Yeah. Pretty much almost all of them.
Yep.
Except the thing is, we already knew about Daring Do and Rarity. Discord full-size was not announced until they just kind of put up the pre-order, so...
We predicted it would happen.
Yeah, we predicted it.
Pretty
it
much
was never officially
assumed it was
confirmed
gonna
until
happen,
the pre-order
so yes.
popped up.
Now the pre-order's up. It's $25 for the Discord one. So
Versus the $15 for the normal, because he's significantly larger.
Yes. The summaries for Friends Forever number 10 and issue 24 of the IDW comics have been released, and they are as follows. For the Friends Forever, Fluttershy gets an unexpected visit from the most aggressive guy around, Iron Will. Can Fluttershy teach the Minotaur the benefits of a more gentle demeanor? And issue 24 is Discord knows Fluttershy loves animals, so decides to take her and the Cutie Mark Crusaders on a trip through time so they can see some of the amazing animals of Equestria's past. Unfortunately, some of them aren't so friendly, and Discord can remember how to get back home, right?
Yeah, second of the, I guess, single issue, because we have the 2-issue arc of Trixie right now. 23 will be the main 6 pets, and then 24, I guess, is this, so who knows what we're going to see for 25 and
No
on.
clue. Also, talking about comics, a 7-page preview of the upcoming Friends Forever 7 is available. So if you
Yes.
like spoilers, you can go and check it out.
Yes.
And sort of big news, the Hub is having a 50-hour My Little Pony marathon event starting this August 4th.
Yes.
It will be featuring back-to-back all 4 seasons of Friendship is Magic, plus EQG, followed up by 3 MLP films from previous generations.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't.
Do it.
No.
Yes. So yeah, that's what, 5 days I think they're extending it over? It's
something like
it's
50
a
hours.
long,
50
long
hours.
marathon.
It's back-to-back 50 hours, so that's actually over 2 days.
It's they don't go it overnight.
Oh, they're not doing
They
overnight?
they
Okay.
say back to back, but they do have a break
They
during
lied
the
to me.
evening. So, but yeah, that's what they're doing. That's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have gone for it and just gone back-to-back.
Yeah, but then the kids who are they're targeting won't be awake. Gotta let the kids
shut up.
sleep.
No, shut up.
In Rainbow Rocks news, Amazon has updated their listing for the new EQG book titled The Main Event to include the cover.
Yeah.
And it features Twilight and the new antagonist, Adagio Dazzle, both with rainbow-fied hair.
Yes.
So,
But still no significant synopsis. But
Yep.
considering its time frame was released, it's probably just a novelization of the movie.
probably, yeah. Also, the theater showtimes for the upcoming movie have also been released. There's a bunch of them, so I'm not going to list them.
May or may not be all of them, but yeah.
Yeah.
We found them across 3 sites, so
Yeah. So if you want to know them, check our show notes. You should be reading those, right?
yes.
Yes, you can find them all there. Amazon has a listing for the Blu-ray version of the movie up for pre-order.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's listed at $25. It's on sale right now for $23, and probably say cheaper while it's in pre-order time. And it's slated for release October 28th.
Yes.
So now we have that info, unless it changes.
September 27th for the theatrical and October 28th for the home release.
Yep.
Only a month, unlike last time, which was, I think, June for the theater release and August for the home release. Something like that. Something along those lines. So, not much of a wait this time.
And finally, a super extended synopsis for the movie has been released as well. And bear with me, here it goes. Canterlot High is hosting a musical showcase, and Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and Fluttershy are going to be performing with their new band, the Rainbooms. But when a new girl group, the Dazzlings, arrives at Canterlot High School, they convince everyone to turn the friendly showcase into a battle of the bands. As tensions mount between the competing musical acts, a reformed Sunset Shimmer realizes that the Dazzlings may not be ordinary girls, and are after something far more sinister than just being named Best Band at Canterlot High. The Rainbooms call on Princess Twilight to return to their world to help them perform a musical counterspell so that they can win a battle that now determines the fate of the entire school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Intense.
the synopsis.
There
Or-
you go.
People were wondering what they're doing, and there we go.
It does explain some things. This will be The Twilight we know coming back. And
people thought it was going to be human Twilight.
Not the one that's originally in the world.
Sunset's going to actually have a significant part.
It'll just be, hey, we should call Twilight.
No.
And then they all agree and just kind of kick her out.
No.
That's the only thing we see.
You shut your mouth.
Watch it.
Up.
That's what it'll be.
No, shut up.
Yeah.
She actually has a significant part, though, not just like a appearance or something. Because we knew she was appearing, but apparently she's also going to be singing, too, so...
Yeah, we shall see.
I think I actually said something about this way back when I said something along these lines of Sunset is the one who has to go back and get Twilight to help them for some reason. I remember saying something like that a long time ago. So
she'll come through the portal and they go, not this again, and just pummel her.
No. She's reformed.
Yeah, well, they weren't happy with Discord when he was first reformed.
Yeah, but he was acting like a jerk after being reformed, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen. Maybe she
we haven't, is. But she is. It explicitly says reformed. So, and she's going to get help.
We'll see.
I just hope they don't mess up her character by reforming her.
Yeah. So yeah, there it is. There's the news. We got through it. It's a lot. So, our discussion topic for today. Something just recently came out. Another
Destiny beta.
Well, yes, okay, that came out too, but we're not talking about that. Let's keep this on topic. We'll talk about Destiny beta some other time. So yeah, documentary came out. A Brony Tale with Ashley Ball.
Oh.
And Brent Hodge.
Oh.
So yeah, we just watched that.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, we did. It's similar in vein, I want to say.
Yeah.
To the other Bronies documentary. At least it had a similar want to do, but they went about it in different ways. It's
very different.
Yeah, basically it's just
Ashley Ball gets invited to BronyCon.
Yep, Ashley Ball gets invited, and it's her experience with
leading up to and including.
leading up pretty much all of it's leading up to with a little bit. Yeah, just her finding out about the fandom, and
then also
all that sort of stuff.
Some stuff from the fandom itself, just random Bronies, I guess. So,
since I'm leading this, I'll pass it off to you. What did you think about it?
Leading it, so I'm going to throw it away.
Yes, I'm leading, so you get to do it. I went through the news.
Okay, I'm going to start off right off the bat and say it is significantly better than Bronies.
And I, as a backer of the original Bronies documentary, I'm going to come back and say, yes, you're right. This is much better.
Shame on you for that, too.
Hey, don't shame me.
Shame. I'm going to shame you so hard for that eternally.
I backed it before it came out. I didn't know it was going to be as poor as it was.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just, if you were one of the many people, like, I remember if you listened to that episode of our podcast, I don't remember which one it was, but it was a long while ago. We talked about Bronies, and most of us pretty much didn't like it. I think I was the most forgiving of it, and that was still pretty negative. So that should tell you something.
Yeah.
This one is significantly better in that I wasn't bored while watching it, for one.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest problems the Bronies had was it kind of focused on these people I didn't care about. It just picked these random people, and they all had similar stories, so it just kind of blurred together.
Yep. This one uses more significant people.
Yeah, not only that, it kind of actually has, okay, here's a focus. We're going to talk about Ashley Ball. This is her experience, like finding out about the fandom and getting invited to a convention, and her trying to figure out what the heck to do.
Yeah.
And stuff, whilst also explaining. I think it also does kind of a better job explaining just the fandom in general.
Yes, I will say that immediately. It doesn't... It actually gets good explanations from people who actually... For the most part. There was a couple...
Severe factual error.
One in particular.
Yeah.
But it does a much better job of explaining it. I think probably because they went to people who are more involved in the community with their explanations of it.
People who know.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse, yeah. Yeah, I will agree with you that this is much better than Bronies.
Yes.
I think the cinematography was better too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like random shots and stills of people talking. I mean, it had good filmography. It was pleasant to look at and watch.
So one of the things they did, right off the bat, is just kind of starts with, I guess, Ashley Ball just kind of talking a little bit about how she got into voice acting, which was interesting. How she got into it and how basically singing's her passion, but she just came into voice acting just because of a friend of hers
Her agent picked her up and started saying, "Hey, you'd be really good at this. Here, try this, try this, try this."
And then
And
she
she
starts
got
doing
jobs.
Yeah, she actually got jobs, and eventually, and she's talking about how she's typecast usually as the little boy.
Yep.
And she thought she was going in expecting to be cast as Spike.
Yep.
And she wasn't.
Nope.
That would have been interesting though, because she also even gave an example of like the kind of voice she was using, I guess, for
It was
Spike.
kind of interesing.
So
I
yeah, it
think
would
the
have been
current
interesting.
Spike
What
voice
if she
is
was
better.
hired as? That would have been interesting. Like, what if she was hired as Spike and someone else did Applejack and Rainbow Dash?
Oh,
Like, what if Kathy Westlook was the voice of Applejack and Rainbow Dash?
interesting.
Who knows?
I don't know.
How it
Maybe we'll
works.
have to ask Kathy to try a Rainbow Dash voice next time we're at a convention.
So, yeah, it's just so go, and then we have. So that was actually really interesting because I didn't really know about that stuff. Like, I knew she was, and just talked about her band Hey Ocean, and
Which, by the way, you should check out.
yeah, and just how people, even like people like in the fandom, like, finding out about this band just because of My Little Pony. It's like, oh. And even got the opinions of the other there's 2 other band members, and they got their opinions about the fandom. And one of them's like, yeah, I don't really care, but whatever, more power to them. And the other one, he's kind of sounds the same way, but oddly enough, the way he phrases his speech is just kind of sounds he's trying to hide that he kind of doesn't really think too highly of Bronies. It really sounds he's trying to cover up he doesn't really like Bronies, and
Yeah, I don't know so much about that one.
we're trying to frame it more in a positive light. So I don't know. That's what it kind of sounds like.
I know one of them wore a Rainbow Dash shirt.
Yeah,
Can't remember which one, but
I don't know, but. Like Dusty Cat showed up and he talked about how, well, he does all these things that are considered manly, but he's also at the same time, he just likes this little girl show. So
yeah, he goes into how society expects him to be.
Yeah, he's talking about society in general.
That's one thing I want to say. Bronies tried to avoid some of the bad media.
Mm-hmm. They openly showed it.
They pretty much started out with,
Yeah.
because they start out, yes, ponies, adult men. Yes, there's bad
weird.
media. They immediately open up,
And it's
with,
weird.
People think this is weird. They don't try and push it under the rug. They address it immediately,
Yeah.
which I think was beneficial.
Yeah, because I remember the Bronies documentary, when they did touch on it, they just immediately try to downplay. It's like, no. This one's like, yeah, it is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little weird, and they showed people saying, yeah, it's weird. They showed the news articles. They had the voice clips, all that stuff.
Yep. And then they didn't try and downplay it. They said, yes, it's weird, but it's not the
What?
only thing people. It's not the only weird thing people do, for one.
Yeah.
So, I do like how they handled it.
Yeah,
Much better than
they
Bronies.
even had one guy. Which one was it? Silvers? Which one? Yeah, but one guy was talking about going in the toy aisle. And it's like, now you got
Saberspark.
yes, Saber Spark, and who started the nest?
The Saberspark talked about the
Going in the
pink
toy aisle.
blue,
Pink and blue.
pink and blue society thing.
Yeah.
For as soon as you're born, they put either a pink or blue hat depending on your.
Yeah, they're talking about
sex.
just the society, and that was one of the things they talked about here, which was only, I think, vaguely touched on in Bronies, was
Yeah, I
just
think
kind of
vaguely.
this kind of societal norms and stuff, and how this challenges it. But I think that the conclusion to come to is a little bit, I did a little disagree, or not come to, but kind of implies that I think they kind of come to this conclusion of we're changing, or we are a cause of societal change. I don't think that's the case. I think the fandom is more of a symptom of societal change.
Yeah, I think we're probably the most prominent example of a.
Yeah, it's more of a
societal change
symptom, not a cause of.
Yeah.
It's just showing that, yeah, things are changing, but we're not the chief cause of it, like I think some people like to claim we are. So
Yeah. We just happen to be the most visible
we
symptom
happen to be,
of the
we're a
change.
symptom of it. We're not a cause of. So
Of course, the symptom does help promote it to further. So,
yeah, so actually, I was actually surprised what some of the stuff they talked about with that, and also just Ashley Ball just kind of talking about her feelings. They're just like, are these people going to be weird? Am I going to have to carry it? Like she said, like, am I going to bring some bear mace?
yeah, that was.
She
funny.
had no idea what to expect because she had very minimal interaction with the fandom. So this was her first time going to a convention. She very rarely goes to them. And so I think she's only gone to one other one.
I think so. I think she went to BabsCon.
Yeah, she went to BabsCon. I think
That
that
was
was the
recent,
only.
so-
Yeah, so I think that's only the second time she's been at a convention. Part of it's
Yeah.
just because she's busy.
She's busy, band and job. She does
Yeah.
a lot of voice acting work,
Yeah.
not just ponies. So
Yeah, she. And then that's I think how to sort of say a similar thing with Tara Strong. She's super busy. She's in a van, but she's a super big voice actor right now. So she
Yeah.
has a lot of work. So that's part of the reason why I think those two in general don't seem to show up at as many conventions as the other two.
which is sad. I still need to get Ashley's
Yeah.
autograph.
So yeah, the one major factual error they did was they said Brony came from the B board on 4chan, which we all know is actually from Co.
Yeah.
Was where it came from.
Yeah.
But
Final Draft did that one.
yeah, so it's one factual error. It kind of there was the Reddit AMA they had, and they acknowledged, yes, we kind of messed up, but they kind of passed over because like it's already too late to change it, to fix it. So
it's already gone through. But
yeah, it was a way better documentary than Bronies was. Bronies got too I guess kind of caught up in itself.
Yeah, it was also really dry, I think.
Yeah, and again, just kind of focus on people like, why should I care about these people? I think they're trying to go for the angle of, oh, this is just like you. And it's like, these are 4 people who are not really that much like me. I don't really care about them. It's like, yeah, I can sympathize with their position, but...
Yeah, I will have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
This one just went, yeah, these are some guys, you probably have heard of them. Here's Saberspark. Here's Dusty Cat. Here's Final Draft. Here's...
Mando Pony.
Here's
Silverhound.
Yeah, all these people. And it's like, you should know, probably know these names. Yep. Or at least at some, positive or negative, you probably know these people. At least know of these people. And they even, they had people like, oh, this guy, he used to draw, and then he lost his passion after coming back from Iraq. He just kind of fell into this depression, and with Ponies, he kind of got his passion back for drawing and stuff.
Yeah, he gave a drawing to Nicole Oliver.
Yeah.
They actually had that on video, too.
Yeah, it's just...
So they had some of the individuals here and there that had stories too.
Yeah, but
they didn't focus on that.
It wasn't like overbearing.
Yeah.
I didn't get bored.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, right about the time was like, I'm losing interest. Boom, they're moving on already.
Yep.
And they're just talking about how just it kind of exploded and just like Equestria, they even had the fee from Equestria Daily and just like, yeah, we used to be super excited, like 1,000 page views. Now we're like millions every month. We're just kidding. It's just, we stopped kind of like paying attention because it's just growing so fast.
Yep.
So it's just, yeah, it was actually a pretty surprisingly good documentary. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, in documentaries in general, how it holds up. And the problem is I don't really watch too many documentaries, so it's hard to say. But I'll have to say, yeah, I was more entertained by this than other, I guess, Brony documentaries. Like Bronies.
Like Bronies.
I think there's, like, one other one out there, but I don't remember.
There was one a while back that came out shortly after Bronies did.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was based around Everfree Northwest. Music of
that's right
thing. And I thought that was from what I watched. I didn't ever finish it, but it was really good, I think.
Okay, but
yeah, this one definitely,
this one paints a more balanced picture of the fandoms. Like they even like people openly talking about there's the weirdos. There are the weirdos.
Yep.
And they had the people who I think these are the people who run Brony Study, I think, or one of the psychological things, and they're just talking about like the numbers, like they're just talking about all the numbers of the fandom, and it's just. Stuff like, predominantly the average age, 21. Predominantly like we're in college or finished college.
Yep.
And heck, even like the kind of 84% identify as heterosexual. Surprise.
Yep.
Because I think this is, again, this outside of the fandom, like just assume like everyone here must be gay.
Yep.
Everyone in the fandom.
Oh, they're watching a girls show. They must be gay.
Yeah, it's again the stereotypes. It's like no, not really. Although as people might have noted, like other sexualities rate a little higher than the national average in the Brony fandom. And even talking about fandoms in general, just like breaking down, like, hey, fan comes from Natick and all this stuff, and
and talked about sports fans.
Yeah, just in general, it's like people can get obsessed with something, and what's weird is that the weirdness. I think people are weird on not so much because we're obsessed, but about what we're obsessed with.
Yes,
they expect us to be obsessed with sports or video games or whatever, and
which is what Saber and Dusty were talking about.
And some of us still are.
Yes,
like I know people who watch the show, but.
Dusty Cat.
Yeah, I actually know people watch the show, but still like to watch football or hockey or whatever.
Yes. Heck, I even enjoy a good game of sports.
And of course, I also know a lot of us who also just play the crap out of video games. That's why almost like every convention like has a video game room of some sort. So it's like, we still have this stereotypical interest, but at the same time,
we just happen to like a cartoon show
that was intended for girls.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, and they don't even go on about this. They even kind of minimize that whole like the defense thing. Like I think Bronies did this where it's like defending. It's like, no, it's not just for little girls. It's all this stuff. It's like, it's for little girls.
Yeah, they accept it. Yes, it was.
But we watch it because it's fun.
Yes,
it's okay. And it's weird, sure, but you know what? Society's the societal norm is breaking down anyway.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of in the midst of it, and we're helping we're not, again, not the cause, but we're kind of helping push it, something already happening along.
Yep.
It's already happening. We're just kind of helping accelerate it, I guess. They even had people they had a couple quick interviews, I guess they asked, do you know what a brony is? And some people are like, what's a brony? Yeah, one guy's like, what's a brony? One girl thought it was something else, and some guy's like, yeah, it's weird.
Yep.
So, yeah. I definitely highly recommend going out and seeing it.
Yes, I will back that one up.
You don't necessarily have to buy it, but yeah, it's
available for rent online too.
Yeah.
If you don't want to commit to a purchase.
Yeah, so on Amazon Instant Video and iTunes, I think those are the only two digital right now. You can get a DVD. I'm not sure if it's out on DVD yet, but it will be at the very least. I saw that. On Amazon Digital, it was $5 for rental and $13 for a buy. I think it's the same price on iTunes. So whichever your preferred method, you can buy it in either one, and or buy or rent, and either way, I think you should go ahead and just see it.
Yes.
It's not exactly, and that's for the HD versions. I'm not sure. The prices, of course, are I think $3 for S standard for rent and $10 or something for buying. But
yeah. It's a little over an hour long.
Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour 20 minutes, so about an hour and a half. So it's not a huge amount of time you have to take. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, just the better documentary so far. It's just part of it, I guess, because it's kind of weird because this documentary and Bronies kind of come from the same place of kind of coming from BronyCon.
Yeah.
They both kind of form from the idea of BronyCon, and then just kind of go from there. But Bronies kind of falters, and this one doesn't, even though Bronies got Lauren Faust and Tara Strong and all of them involved, and it's but yeah, it's obvious. I don't think they had producer credits, but it's one of those producer credits, as in you didn't really do much.
Yeah.
So except get interviewed, which I heard that the stuff that didn't make it to the actual Bronies documentary was actually better than the actual documentary. So there you go.
Yeah, which is supposed to be coming out. So like we mentioned in the news, one thing of the
one thing more like the interviews, extended interviews and stuff. But which was the most interesting part beyond the animations and Bronies. This was just they didn't rely on some, hey, look, this is a cool animation. Even though, yes, it was a cool animation. They just kind of rely on that to draw you in. It's just, this is how things are. And they even use music from Hey Ocean.
Yeah, that was really cool. Background music and stuff was all from Hey Ocean.
So, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, 0 out of 10, what would you give it?
I hate number ratings.
I know, I do too. But
8.
I'll have to agree. 8, maybe 8.5.
I'll go with 8. Yeah, just it still had problems. Like I said, I think they came to a bad conclusion at one point. Plus, they had that one really blatant factual error.
Yep. There's a couple things here, but not enough.
A couple weird things. Like one shot was unusually long.
Yeah, there was a couple that was like.
It was an awkward 3 seconds.
Yeah, forgot to cut a little earlier.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But very good. Highly recommended. So, go see it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's our discussion. So, last thing we have.
Told you we heard a new Brony Tale.
Yep.
I was right.
Yeah.
Things didn't fall through.
Things didn't. So yeah, our last little bit for this episode.
Yeah, because remember, no fan content.
No fan content. We have a comic to talk about.
Yeah. It's issue 21 of the main series is out. And it's, let's see, I don't want to get too into, but basically, Fluttershy, Rarity, Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Babs Seed are in Manhattan, going to Carnegie Hall, and to see, it's Trixie's show, and she puts on a good show and all that stuff, and there's a diamond, she makes a diamond disappear, and then it turns out there's a thief.
Oh no.
So yeah, and she's trying to help the police get the thief, but yeah, things get complicated from there. Let's just say that.
Yep.
Although I think the official description already showed that, Trixie is accused of being the actual thief.
Yep.
So this is first part of a 2-part series, and I'm guessing, what did you think of this one?
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand up as well to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's definitely, I'm not going to say it's bad. I'll be reading the next one, but it's all right. Of course, I'm reading the next one, but it's all right. I'm not gonna say don't go and read this.
Yeah, I actually kind of enjoyed it. I think it was pretty good, all things considered. I mean, Trixie's not exactly my favorite pony, shall I say?
Yep.
But it's actually wound up being pretty good. It's just the artworks. I like the artwork. I believe it's the same person who did the Dash and Trixie.
It looks
issue.
Same, yeah.
And even makes a callback to that because one of the things was former Queen of Diamondia.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm pretty sure, and just some of the facial expression again. Applejack with these facial expressions, these comics. I don't know what it is. It's just a running theme now of Applejack having some of the best facial expressions.
Yep.
She's just sitting through the whole show, just grump.
It's like, oh, it's Trixie.
Yep. And so actually, there's not like, unlike say the Price Cook art comics, there's not like a lot of like background things, but it's still a really nice comic and really well put together, and just kind of sets up a pretty interesting little story. Plus, it's got Babseed.
It is nice to see her again.
Even though she doesn't do much, to be honest. I don't. So still, it's just a fun little comic. It's just the first half of the story, so I'm interested to see what happens in the next half. Even though there is no Twilight, I even mentioned I wish Twilight was here. I was like, yeah, I know what you mean.
There's no Rainbow Dash either.
Yeah. So, yes, it's just a fun little comic, and I think it's well worth picking up.
Yeah.
It's also weird though, because next issue will be the conclusion of this, and it's like just weird because Trixie, 3 Trixie issues in a row, although from different series, but still 3 months in a row with Trixie. It's like
lots of Trixie.
Why?
Why do you have so much Trixie all of a sudden?
Why? Just stop, please. Move on. No.
Well. Yeah, I guess go watch it. Yeah, go read it.
Yeah, I say read it. It's a fun one.
Read it. I'm hoping like I said, it didn't catch my interest as much as the other ones. That's definitely not bad. It's definitely readable, but yeah, it just didn't catch my interest.
I was surprised.
I'm hoping the next one will catch my interest a bit more. See where they take it.
Yeah, see where they conclude it.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I think that about wraps up what we've got.
Yeah, kind of short, I guess.
Kind of short, yeah, but
sometimes you need that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you liked what you heard and want to hear more, you can listen to all of our episodes on Libsyn. That's pony411.libsyn.com. We're also on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. You can subscribe and auto-download and all that sort of cool stuff.
Yay.
Yeah. You can also find us on YouTube if you just want to go there and be lazy. That's youtube.com/Pony411. We also air on Ponyville FM Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune in there and listen to us.
Yes.
If you want to contact us, you can email us at pony411podcast@gmail.com. We are also on Twitter. That's at pony411. Go figure. We're also on Facebook. Facebook.com/ you guessed it, pony411.
Yeah.
If
you keep up the branding.
Yeah. If you want to contact us individually, I'm at Alca7raz_ with a 7 instead of T. I dropped the first underscore, made it a little easier. And he's at Nemesis Prime 1.
You probably see Destiny stuff from me.
Yeah. Here in a bit, you probably see some of it from me, maybe. If I actually use it. Twitter, that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope you liked this episode. Hope you continue to listen to us in the future.
Please do.
Please do. Please validate us. So yeah, until next week, please pony responsibly. Good night, everyone.